Hello. How you guys doing? Hope your day was good. Welcome, Jojo. How you doing? So today I'm gonna hopefully um get another channel working. So greetings, Darius. I think it was just Dar, right? So I could call you. I apologize. I know you've told me numerous times. How you doing? Hungry. Yeah, I just ate. Darj, right? I just ate, but I might be hungry in 20 minutes. I don't know. Vital, Buff Siegel, how you doing? Welcome. Yeah, so I've got some more music stuff to do tonight. Hopefully I will get it done. We shall see. I may or may not make much progress. We'll find out. 3D Code Warrior, how you doing? Welcome. But yeah, so I got one of the Pulse channels working last week sometime, I think. So we can actually play some stuff. What did I call it? I don't even remember what I called it. Music data. There it is. So it'll go and play through a bunch of or like what, 1 bar roughly of notes, give or take. I don't know, 1 pattern essentially of notes. So I wanted to get at least another channel working. Good word. Thank you for the 8 bits. Appreciate it. You don't anymore. I don't? Well, I mean, I could disagree with that, but but yeah. So I got the Pulse one playing some stuff. I may or may not have Pulse 2 working. I don't think I do. I know I don't have it reading through the reading through the music. I know that much. But the same bar that's doing the first Pulse channel also has a triangle channel that is the exact same data. So what I can do is I can just, without having to like retranspose anything, try and get the triangle channel up and running. So I think I'm gonna try that today. I might get into some Golang parsing stuff later tonight. I might not. We'll see. It all depends. But that's what I was forgetting. I forgot to start up my my emulator. Okay, come on, Windows. Come on, Windows. What gives? There it goes. Jeez. Always fighting with Windows. Go there and then messing. Actually, is there a new version of messing out? Or not a new version, but like a new build. Just let's see. I don't think I've checked in a while. GitHub. There. What are we on? Yes. So much buffering. Oh no! I don't think I'm dropping frames. I think that's your end right there. That ain't my end. This folder off screen. Why can't mobile data be found? Oh, well, you're on mobile, so I mean, there's your problem. I can't stand mobile Twitch, by the way. I despise it. Soding, how you doing? Welcome. Alright, we grab this, put it over there, paste it there, move that over there, open that up, and there it is. Okay, good. It opened. Beautiful. And of course, nothing I want is in the history. Beautiful. Okay. What? Why did it open up my app data folder? What is this? What is this? Go build in a number in my app data folder. Okay. Alright, that's cool. What is that anyway? I'll look at that later. I'll look at it later. It doesn't matter right now. Let's see, NES, and then where am I going? Engine, bin, and music. Okay, so now this should actually like this should. It didn't do anything. Okay, why didn't it do anything? Did I break it? No. Did I really break it? Chinese hackers. Yeah, right. Okay, let's... Oh, no, not the assembler. This guy right here. Nothing is happening. Why is nothing happening? What is this? What is this? Why? I figured it out. I figured it out. It was going to a channel that wasn't my speakers and wasn't also stream. So you still can't hear that, I don't think. I lied. You can hear that. Darius! Or Darj! Thank you for the tier 1 sub. Appreciate that. Let me fix this. Put it over there. Okay, so now... Now it's going to the right channel. The correct channel. Alright. I fixed it. Fixed it. Okay, so that's what I got working last time. That's what I got working last time. Let me actually open up, no, I'm gonna use a different one. New window. From somewhere over here? Yeah. Before, because I know I'll forget, so I'm gonna add your name to the list now. Put that up. Okay. Oh, at the bottom. DARJUSZ67. That's not a 7. That's a 7. And then I'll go over to no. Over here. CD code NES runner. Make names. Okay. Back over here. Open. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Bear with. Hang on. There. 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 Okay. Alright, she should be on the list now. Thank you again for that. I do appreciate it. But yeah, so like I was saying, I want to get the triangle stuff working tonight. I will probably end up breaking literally everything. If yeah, if it passes to be believed. Channel Magnetic, how you doing? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. So let me minimize that. Minimize that, because I will come back to that. You know, let me actually open that up in my emulator so I can have it off screen. Where is it again? Here. There. See, this list is getting long. This is getting real long. Not low, recent. Yes. There it goes. Alright. So now you can see it up here too. Alright. There we go. Okay. So you'll see your name on there in a second. Alright. So way back when I was initially putting all this stuff in, I like turned off all the triangle stuff. I need to turn it back on. Wait, does the triangle have like volumes and things? Like the other channels have? I don't think it does. Does it? APU. Triangle. Length. No. Has no volume control, but it has a length counter as well as a high-resolution linear counter control. What does that do? The linear counter control will silence the channel after the specified time with a resolution of 240 Hz on NTSC. She has a control bit with the length counter and that, which means they are always enabled at the same time. Whichever is longer is redundant. Okay. Arusus, how you doing? Welcome. So how do I? Can I not? Can I not? How do I implement an envelope with this then? How do I Because for the other notes, like, it's got a volume thing, right? So when the note should stop, it kills the volume. How does that work with a triangle? After the specified time. Okay, what is the time in what units? See frame counter below. Okay. Pitch of the triangle channel is 1 octave below the pulse channels with an equivalent timer value. The following above it divided the resulting frequency by 2. Okay. Silencing the triangle channel merely halts it. It will continue to output its last value rather than 0. Excuse me? What do you, continue out. What do you, huh? Okay. Why didn't it get out of the frame counter? Frame counter, please. Does the frame counter not exist on this page? Oh, it's right there. Alright, the frame counter is controlled by register whatever, and it drives the envelope sweep and length units on the pulse, triangle, and noise channels. It takes approximately 4 times per frame. Ah! What is that? Bridgewater! How you doing? How was stream? I was only able to look for a little bit. Oh, that paused. How you doing? Hello, hello. Yeah, I was in there for a little bit. I was only able to look for a little bit because I was eating and getting some other things ready. But welcome, guys. I haven't started doing much of anything today except talk. I'm hoping I'm gonna get a lot done today, but we'll see. We'll see. Currently, it's me figuring out like how the triangle channel works. So yeah. Okay, so it takes approximately 4 times per frame, and it executes either a 4 or 5-step sequence, depending on how it is configured. It may optionally issue an IRQ on the last tick of the 4-step sequence. What? IRQ? I mean, that's neat, I guess. Yeah, we're gonna see if we can get that working, because I looked at the audio stuff, right? Not that one. This one here. And, it turns out that the triangle channel is using the exact same notes as the pulse 1 channel. And I haven't done any of the triangle channel stuff yet at all. So this is going to be interesting. Yeah, so I need to figure out how to implement an envelope. Because with the pulse channel I use the volume for that, but the triangle channel doesn't have a volume. So I need to I'm reading up on like how the triangle channel actually works. It's something like that. Alright, the following diagram illustrates 2 modes selected by bit 7 of 4017. IRQ if bit 6 is clear. I don't want an IRQ though. I don't want it to do any of that. Length counter, sweep, envelope, and linear counter. Can I just like use the internal envelope? Will that silence the channel after however long? Welcome back to your desk. Alright, both the 4 and 5-step modes have the same rate because the 5-step mode has an extra step. The effective update rate for individual resets the frame counter in the quarter half frame triggers happen simultaneously. The pulse, triangle, and noise channels each have their own length counter unit. I might just use this. It is clocked twice per sequence and counts down to 0 if enabled. When the length counter reaches 0, this channel is silenced. Okay. So let's, just to start, we're not going to do this yet. First, we're going to get a tone on the triangle channel. We're leaving B in there, or B in there, rather. Okay, so we're gonna do check for start button. Button start. JSR button pressed. P1. What was that? Oh. Every time. Thank you, Judge, for the host. Appreciate that. If you do exclamation point music, it'll give you a whole list of like the last 6 months or something like that. Alright, branch equal to no start. Put that down here. No start. Alright. And here, what are the values I'm using for, not that one. Oh! This one. I still need to figure out, like, why this is broken. Like, the syntax highlighting for that. It shouldn't be. It's a pretzel link. It shouldn't be navigating to my stream. I should be going somewhere else. So I use this service to listen to music. Pretzel, what gives? Why? Right. Thank you for the 16-bits 3 code war. Appreciate that. Alright, let's see what's what was that? Oh, thank you for the file. Appreciate that. Okay, so let's do a Twitch. Come on. I already have premium. Come on. Account. Right. Copy that. Paste it there. Why? Why does it redirect? That's the dumbest thing in the world. It didn't used to do that. It did not used to do that at all. Well, I'll see if I can figure it out later. I do apologize. I do apologize. Because that they broke that. So, why does C++ have 5 different million forms of strings? I can't answer that for you. I may or may not be default. Oh, nice! My June. Not bad. Not bad. Hey, Anderson. How you doing? Mutable, immutable, mutable, immutable, mutables. All the strings. Because you're on mobile, that's why, Jojo. Mobile sucks. Wait, didn't you say you're back at your desktop? I don't know. Do you have Comcast too? I mean, 2 has it. Never mind. Right, I need the, pulse, triangle, this stuff. I need to uncomment these, so I now have those variables. What was that all about? SP, go to the top, to the buffers, yeah. Initialize those guys, and then where's the right stuff? It's the clear loop, no, right sound buffers. Here we go. Pulse flags. I don't do anything for triangle. Mobile is better. Oh no. Low latency is a streamer setting. I'm pretty sure. And I'd rather not touch that during a stream. Earthlink, newest of the services. The newest of services. They don't sound all that great. Alright, so I guess I can have like the same kind of pulse flag thing. Sound pulse flag. Sound try. Yeah, okay, so I got 2 of those. Alright. Alright, yeah, let's start with triangle stuff. LSR SND TRI noise flags. So this will also be for updating the noise channel as well, but I might just not write that stuff yet. I hate that. You ever have a sneeze that's like right there and just doesn't go anywhere, and then like just dissipates? I hate that so much. It's so unsatisfying. So unsatisfying. Alright, branch carry clear, +1. That. Load up, what are we loading? Triangle counter. Because why not? And then store that. Do I have... I haven't defined anything for those. Okay, I haven't defined. I should probably define constants for these things. Pulse triangle. 4008. Okay. 4008. LSR. SND. Try. Noise. Flags. Load up. Wait, don't I skip the... Yeah, I do. But I have them defined. We're just gonna ignore it. Actually, does that like actually do anything? Because unused. Because with the pulses, like they're actually, you can put a value there. No, this one. That's what that one. It's the sweep unit. I mean, I don't use it, so I ignore it. But there's like a possibility that something could be there. But for the triangle and the noise, like that's just straight up unused. So I don't think I'm going to. Well, no, I'll leave that bit unused in the flags just to keep everything consistent. I think. Yeah. Triangle. So this is unused 4009. Yeah, load up triangle timer low, because that is the first one, right? Yeah, timer low. Store that into 4000A. OSR sound triangle noise flags. ECC +1. Load up the triangle timer high. That's also got the length counter load as well. Stored into B. Yes, 4000B. 4000B. Jojo, thank you for the 25 bits. Appreciate that. Thank you. Alright. And for now, because I'm not doing anything with the noise yet, I'm just gonna clear the rest of the flags. Store that into SND TRI noise flags. I feel like I can't type today either. Like I'm typing through molasses or something, you know. Ignore noise for now. Pulse 2. Okay. Alright, so now we write the values each frame if they're needed. So let's go down to the frame stuff. Where is it? Here. Okay, we're also going to mute the triangle channels as well with all this stuff. Yeah. Store that into triangle. Counter. And timer low and timer high. Okay. I think. Probably, yeah. Alright. Alright, so now that should set us up so we can just start, excuse me, writing arbitrary values to the triangle channel to see what happens. So let's start with, what's the first node? First node is D3. So let's figure out what D3 is. Nodes something or other? Oh, table, there it is. D2. D3 is 11, so that's 17? The 17th value? Right? Yeah. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 0326. Okay. So let's take load up 26. Oops. Load the value 26. Store that into triangle timer low. Load up 03. Store that into or it with triangle timer high. Oops. And store it there as well. John Good, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. All right. So this may or may not do anything. Length counter halt. So let's also put a halt in the length counter. Yeah. So it won't do any of the countdown stuff. I think I will have to use it, but not quite yet. Yeah, so let's load up 80 and store that into triangle counter like that. Yeah. Oh, I also need to load up 1 2 3 4 1 0 1 1. Right? Yes. Okay, so this is the flags to write the stuff to the thing. What's not too much, not too much. How you doing? Tonight I'm working on getting triangles working. Triangle waves. Goodness gracious, neighbors up there. I can feel them shaking the walls. Shaking the walls. It's like every day too. I can't stand it. Right, what is it? The SND or store SND try noise flags like that. Okay, let's see if this assembles. Because I haven't tried that yet tonight. Not that one. This one? Yeah. Make. Good, it assembles. That's always good, right? All right. So we're gonna grab this. NES. Box. Music engine. Bin. Music. Okay. Okay, no assembly here. Surprising. So we're gonna hit pause real quick, and we're gonna see if our ears bleed. Hang on. Ears did not bleed. Okay. I have never enabled the triangle channel, have I? No, the triangle channel is not enabled. So of course you're not gonna hear anything. So let's go ahead and enable that real quick. As soon as I hit the button, I remembered that I had turned it off forever ago and never turned it on. Okay. Status. So, okay, right. That's just this one here. That. Whoa, who's this? Haze Maker. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. How was your stream, Haze? What are you doing today? Crumpy, how you doing? Welcome. Let's go over here. Now I can reload this. That's not the reload button. Okay, now let's see if we hear anything. I don't hear anything. It ain't working. This button. Why isn't the triangle channel enabled? I did reassemble, right? Where's my phone ringing? I cannot talk to you right now. To answer your question earlier, I don't expect your stuff to my stuff to work. I don't remember what question it was earlier. I thought I'd leave it a while before coming to guarantee the stuff will be finished. I'm missing something, I think. But welcome anyway. How you doing? What are you doing? I'm trying to figure out why I can't get the triangle channel to work. So that's a thing. So it's not enabled for whatever. Oh wait, now it's. Did I not reload it? Huh. Okay, this is halted. So if I halt it, like, does that mean it just never does anything? Is halting muting it? I apologize, I didn't half. I'm doing alright. I mean, I haven't been here. Oh, I haven't. Gotcha. I want to see the finished game. It's almost there. I'm working on the sound engine right now, which is giving me trouble. But I don't know if you've seen it yet, but I did get some audio actually working in this. So let's see if I broke it. Okay, I didn't break it. I didn't write that music, but it plays. So that's cool. So it plays one bar of music. Jojo! Yeah, right? Almost. Thank you for the 100 bits. Appreciate that. Really do. I forgot. You made me forget what I was gonna bring. I remember what I was gonna bring up now. I was gonna like show something, I think, or look at something, or so I completely forgot what it was. I don't remember what it was. It did say stuff. Will it say something? Or... It didn't say anything. Oh, you can't hear that, can you? Can you hear alerts at all? Thank you, Bridgewater, by the way, for the tier 1 sub. I really do appreciate that for 5 months. So that's probably because, okay, I see what's happening here. Yeah, it's because I've got a bunch of inputs here, you see. And this one right here, this is my desktop volume, where all the alerts happen, and I can't, like, redirect it somewhere else, apparently. Yeah, see? It happened right there. Thank you for those 99-bit stuff. So, I'm going to turn on that one. And we should start hearing those now. So let me replay this. So you should have heard that, right? Voicemail potato. Yes, it's got all the dials and the meters on it. This is voice meter potato. This is the largest voice meter one they have. I wanted more control over my stuff, so here we go. Multiple inputs, a few outputs. Yes, I'd say a few. There's like 12 channels. So you should have heard that, right?
He breaks stuff. It is, quote, almost unquote done.
There it is. There it is. I need to figure out, like, how to redirect the alert audio, because I think it happens, it comes out of OBS itself, from the browser extension. So, yeah, so I don't know if I can, like, redirect that somewhere, because I would love to redirect that and, like, control the volume independently and all that kind of stuff, but I might have to, like, write my own freaking overlay crap for that, and I do not want to do that at all. Actually, there's another, like, overlay software that I forget what it was called, but it was really nice looking, and it did all kinds of alert stuff, and I forget the name of it, and I found that at TwitchCon last year. Not that I'm aware of, no. Nothing that I can find anyway. I mean, it comes over the desktop. But yeah, so this is audio routing program. It gets pretty nuts, actually. Yeah. So this is the virtual cable thing. It actually has a few of them in it, I think. So let's sidetrack a little bit here. Playback devices? Come on, come on. Yeah, so it's got like 3 of them, essentially. So these are the playbacks, and then there's also some recording stuff as well. So I can, you know, redirect things in and out and all over the place. Yeah. I also have a bunch of hardware, too, for audio things that is just everywhere. But, yeah. And I kind of want more hardware stuff, because, like, half of it kind of works the way I want it to, the other half just doesn't, like, at all. So, yeah. I don't know. Alright, so let's try enabling rather the triangle counter, I guess. Didn't I store that? Hang on. Didn't I? Let's go to source view. Come on. Source view and then engine. These guys. What is... No, that can go away. I don't need that. Don't want that, rather. Start. Let's break right there. Hit start. Now let's get rid of that guy and that guy and that guy. And we're going to add... SND try noise flags. Shall it be? Okay. Back in the day, people had to use wires, right? They had film. Alright, store some stuff from the triangle things, all the, and then let me actually grab these files as well. On the counter. Okay. Okay, it's got the flags in there. Good. Now, if we go up to here, like that. Trying to counter. Did it write the triangle low? It's backwards. It's backwards. It's backwards. More. It's backwards. So I'm working the opposite direction, I guess. Right. Or no, I just had the flags wrong. I got the flags wrong. Where's the thing? There. No. Yes? No, yes. Like that. So this one is the counter. This one's the unused register, and then these two are the timers. Okay. In theory. Did I reassemble this? Yes, okay. Here at that button, okay. What do we... Oh. Actually, yeah, we'll do that, but I'll check it. So we can start there, check it, and then bam. Okay. So it writes the counter. 80. Well, let's actually open up this as well. Why is the performance profiler still... Jeez, every freaking time. Options... No performance profiler, right? Alright, it's APO. Alright. The length counter is not halted. Let's put this on screen a little bit so we can keep that on screen. Oh, because we just stored something in there. This grabs the unused byte. Cool. And then the used one. Timer low. Which is, what, 26? Yes. This one's timer high. Okay, and then we clear the rest of the flags. It's halted now, though. Do I need to set a value? Ogurama, how you doing? Oh, Oguruma? Hello, welcome. Back in the day, I used an AM radio to troubleshoot embedded systems. AM? What? Alright. Welcome, though. How you doing? Glad to have you. Okay, so let's try loading something into the counter instead of just enable. So what's a good value? I don't know. Let's just try F. 8F. I don't know what that does, but let's just try random value. Why not? What? Oh. So I don't run it from the command line. I run it from the emulator. Alright, we're gonna hit start, and then we're gonna enable that guy again. Disable him. So now come down through all this stuff. It's halted. Why is it halted? I thought I just loaded some stuff in there. Yeah, I loaded 8F in there. So, oh, because the 8 halts it. The 8 turns it off, doesn't it? So that needs to be 0. Picking up the EMI from things like certain addresses. Yeah, that sounds... That sounds a little bit more low level than I am, honestly. Just a little bit. Jesus. Alright, so then we're gonna turn that on, and then it's gonna go over here. Okay. So after this, it should have a value in the length counter stuff, right? Maybe not. Okay, well, whatever. Put something there, put something there. I heard something for a quick second. I'm gonna hit pause there. Okay. Something's happening. That's good. Okay. It's even a bit more low level than I was working earlier. Getting those shifters working. Okay. So how does like a continuous tone on the triangle actually work? Noise. Okay, that's noise. Linear counter load. Okay. Length counter load. What is this? What is the length counter? Is that something like should I be putting something there as well? What happens if I triangle high? Well, okay, so we're not loading timer high with anything else anywhere right now. So let's just put a value here. Let's see what happens there. Okay, so let's do that. Remake it. Come over here. Reload it. What happens? Nothing. Nothing different. See, APU triangle. Click that link. Yeah, I did. I think. Awesome. That. Alright. So the linear counter goes into the gate, as well as the length counter. Alright. Next, the pseudo triangle wave has no volume control. The waveform is either cycling or suspended. It includes a linear counter, an extra duration timer of higher accuracy. A linear counter, an extra... Okay. The triangle channel contains the following linear timer... Okay. Set up that to write. Okay. Or write that to set it up, rather. Control flag. This bit is also the length counter halt flag. Okay. So if that's set, nothing happens. Okay. Counter reload value. 6 to 0, so that's the rest of those. Okay. What do I put in there now? Putting in there now, like F? Yes. I don't have a calculator open. I'm looking for a calculator when I don't have one open. What's good? It's a decimal. 7F. Let's do 7F. So, 7F. Everything but the What's it? Everything but the disable bit. The halt bit is set there. Okay. Side effects sets the linear counter reload flag. Whatever. Timer low 8 bits. Fine. Timer high 3. Okay. Sets the linear counter reload flag. This guy here? Okay, so writing to both of these both set the reload. So I guess that'll work to the same effect as the pulse channels. When I rewrite those, it'll like click it. Everything but the girl? Sure. What? Did I say that? I might have. I don't know. The sequencer clock by the timer period is 11 value. Yeah, the form by the timer high and low plus. So the sequencer is the actual like note, right? Okay. Well, let's see what this does. Let's see if this does anything different. Shall we? I don't think so. I think it's a little bit longer, but I doubt it. I doubt it's much longer. Okay. Unlike the pulse channels, the triangle channel supports frequencies up to the max frequency the timer will allow, meaning frequencies up to that, or 55 kilohertz at DSC are possible, far above the audible range. Some games, Mega Man 2, silence the triangle channel by setting the timer to 0, which produces a popping sound when the audible frequency is resumed. This is a stage at the expense of accuracy. At the expense of accuracy, this can be limited in the way, but whatever. When the frame counter changes on the clock, the following actions occur in order. Yes, I am using my own movie night stuff for that. It's going alright. It's going alright. I don't think I'm gonna be able to host it this weekend though because of IRL stuff. But yeah. Oh, figured out how to get OBS. Get that OBS camera working again without quitting OBS. Oh, really?
Hacker Man. He's the
He's
most powerful
buffering.
hacker of all time.
All right. Jojo, thank you for gifting Arusus a tier 2 sub. Tier 2 sub? What are you doing that for? Let me go ahead and add you to the list here. The list. This is different than MLG's list. Are you in this list already? Or not? Okay. Tier 2. That going to go over to here. Yes. Reset. So I've got my my other emulator to grab background input as well. So when I had FCUX focused, the button input went to both of them. The /C in the Vim search means ignore case. So it doesn't do anything for upper lowercase stuff. Because usually that search is case sensitive. So here, if I do like looking for this guy here, right? If I go down in simp, doesn't find him. If I can type, number one, but if I make it if I correct the case, it finds him, right? But if I put the /C in there and then just, or that /C can go anywhere. So if I at the end of it, there it goes, found him. Yeah. Yeah, there might be a way to set that globally, but I haven't bothered to figure it out. Why do you hate the GPL? Oh. It has to be GPL? I mean... what about LGPL? Can you use that? Because that's the library version of the GPL. Can't use a library version. Huh? well, I don't know. I'll post about it in Discord or something. Did it come around on to the end of this yet? I haven't even been paying attention. Where is it in the list here? It's almost there. It didn't actually reload the freaking ROM. So it did reload the ROM. I didn't remake the names, so it didn't reassemble the ROM. After reset over here. Okay. It's aggressive. It's like a virus that spreads. I mean, there's uses. There's use cases for the GPL, and it has its purpose. Yeah, doesn't work for everybody, but yeah. And there's also a very may seem subtle, but it's an important difference between GPL 2 and 3. Shoot, what is it even called? The nickname for it, the TiVoization or something like that. I don't know. All I know is that Linus Torvalds does not like it at all, and has explicitly stated that Linux stays under GPL v2 and not 3. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and for anyone wondering, by the way, what I'm doing with this stuff up here, anyone new or whatnot, anyone that subs to me during this project, this main project here, will be put on this list, in the credits somewhere. So the white names are tier 1 names, or tier 1 subs. The purple names, like Jitspo right there, are tier 2. And the rainbow names are tier 3. There's like a lot of things. I mean, you know, you can't please everybody, just like Stallman. They do make good points though for a lot of it. You know, they're looking out for everybody. They're looking out for a bunch of people. How do the tiers differ? A different color, and you get to use some more emotes. So the tier 2 stuff. I think this is a tier 2 emote. I don't even know my emotes anymore. Yes, that is a tier 2 emote, and this is a tier 3 emote right here. So far, that's like the only really difference, is that you get some flashy color in the thing up there, and need some more emotes to use. That's pretty much all of it right there. I used to restrict source code access by just, well, a sub. I didn't restrict the tier at all. Yeah. So like tier 1 is like what, $5 or something like that. Tier 2 is 10, and tier 3 is like $25. I mean, so I did like keep my project source code behind the a sub benefit, but no one took me up on it. So I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I don't want to have to bother with that anymore. So you can just like flick my code and get it now. I don't care. Gotta go night all. All right, Crumpy, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. PLN. I'm not sure what currency that is, but that sounds like a lot. Yeah. Polish Zolty. Zolty? Am I saying that right? I'm probably not. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like a bit of money. That sounds like quite a bit of money. Alright, so what was I trying to figure out now? Oh yeah, how this crap works. Note that writes to both 4008 and 4000B will set the reload flag and cause a reload the linear counter on the next frame, so you can stick, even though 4000B does not change the reload value. Okay, the sequencer is clocked by the timer. Okay. Do I have to send... Wait a minute. The sequencer is clocked by the timer as long as both the linear counter and the length counter are non-zero. Linear counter and the length counter. Length counter provides an automatic duration for the NES APU away from channels. Once loaded with a value, you can optionally count down when the counter flag alt is clear. Once it reaches 0, the corresponding channel is silenced. Wait a minute. So if I halt the counter flag, but still put something in the value, will that... So if I just... So counter, right? Yeah. So if I just do that, and so something is in the counter value, but it's halted, as well as the length counter, something's in that as well. Will it just be indefinite or infinite, whatever? Zolty. You're gonna have to forgive me, Darge, there. I don't know how to pronounce any of that stuff. What do I do for a living? Mordor Stroller, how you doing? Welcome. I write software for a shipping company for a living in C#, VB.NET, and SQL. Archaeotus, how you doing? Assembly for real. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Welcome. How you guys doing? But yeah, this is 6502 assembly for the Nintendo Entertainment System. That was a text. I mean, I don't know. I hate IIS, like, with a burning passion now, because of some troubles I've had the past few weeks, but, I mean, you know, to each their own. C# is nice, though, but, Should you doing this? Alright, sure. No worries. No worries. Couldn't agree with you more. I mean, I'm getting there, Jojo. A lot of the progress isn't, like, screenshotable progress, because it's all for your ears, for your earballs. But no, so I had this issue at work where it was like a IP whitelisting, right? So circumventing a bunch of like token stuff and authentication stuff, because it's like, okay, this one person is going to be using this thing. They only need like to access this one endpoint for this API thing. We just need to like whitelist their IP address and nothing else, and it'll be simple, right? It'll be simple, right? How hard can it be? Apparently it's stupid hard in IIS, because apparently, this does not equal that in IIS. Apparently those are two completely different things. Like, I don't even... It makes no sense to me. Even though in the networking world, those mean exactly the same thing. And I spent like 2 days trying to figure it out, and I just said, you know what, screw it. Keep it different, enjoy the pain! And like, all the while, I'm thinking like, okay, I think I see like the error is like some host string, whatever, or whatnot, host binding thing. So I'm like, okay, I think I see why it's breaking. I don't know why it's configured to that. It's not a host thing. Don't believe me. I've fixed my host file already, because my job had that screwed up for different reasons. So it's nothing special in the host file. I can guarantee you that. So I'm thinking like, okay, in Nginx, I know exactly what would cause this. It wouldn't give this error message. It'd give you like a different page or whatever. It was just the most frustrating thing in the world. Mordor Stroller, thank you for that. That tier 1 sub, appreciate that. Go ahead and add you to this list there before I forget. But yes, that's the kind of crap I deal with at work. It's just like, why isn't this working for 3 days? Call over my coworker and is like, well, that should work. I was like, yeah, but it don't. And then what got me is stepping through the code, right? And he sees the loopback for IPv6. So, let me write down your name real quick, because I can feel the tangent coming on here. Tier 1. There we go. And then we're here, make names, and then reset. And then this should have... Alright. So he comes over and we're stepping through the code and we see the colon colon 1, right, for the loopback address for IPv6. They he sees this in the code, right? And he has me like walk through like the IntelliSense stuff, or the inspecting the object, inspecting the values to try and find the IPv4 address. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not how networking works. Like it's connected with IPv6. You're not going to get the IPv4 address out of it of 127.0.0.1. It doesn't work like that. It's like, no, just look for it. Like, it's not going to work like that. Yeah, it was. I had to use IIS today. Wouldn't let me let go of a file after I tried killing the task manager. Oh no. Yeah, so that's another thing. I don't like it like locking files on me. Like, why are you doing this to me? Why? Like log files. I'm spitting crap out to a log. Okay, the log's long now. I want to just clear it, and okay, stop debugging. Shift F5. It kills my debugging session, and I would assume that it would release the file locks. And no, it keeps its iron grip on the stupid log file. Kind of, sorta. It's a bastardization of a few things at this point. Yeah, a lot of terrible coding practices from before my time, but I mean, that doesn't excuse some of my garbage that I put out there as well. Web forms. No, I think so it's when I started there, it was all web forms, all of it. But they started moving to a web application instead of like a website, whatever. But yeah, no, we do not use dependency injection. Nope. We can barely get straight dependencies working right. Just the normal kind. We have trouble with those. Yeah, so that's just headaches at work. It's just headaches. The web page, a web forms page with dependency injection all these patterns of .NET Core. Well, I mean, yes, it's a test project. That's just the thing. I can do test projects all day. They ain't gonna be used. Don't know how to do any of it. Did I reassemble this? I don't know if I reassembled this. I didn't. Okay, cool. Right here. Ah! That was it. Okay. Alright. I can't silence it. Silencing it doesn't want to work. So to silence it... First I need to pause the emulator. To silence it, it was like really bad, like you're fired bad, but it worked. Oh goodness. So I guess to silence the triangle channel, I need to what? Unset the halt? Or no? Well, that's not necessary. I just need to set everything else to 0. The counter and the timer high. And if I assume that when I re-enable the node, I'm going to be writing something to the timer high, I can just nuke it, right? Well, everything is set to 0 there. Oh, that's because I don't do one of these. Sound try noise flags. So it never updates when I hit B. Dependency injection, just to learn it. Get myself familiarized with that. Alright. It's a repository person. No, that's not ideal. Alright, not bad. Alright, so let's see if this works. Let's see if, like, actually writing to the registers make a difference. Because I have a feeling that writing to the registers makes a difference. What do you know? If I write to the registers, things start to actually work. Alright, so I need to figure out, how to make an envelope out of that. think the Solus update didn't work. Really? Do I have to like reload like the ROM file? Is that what I gotta do? Where is it? Where am I looking? Hang on. Code and then NES. And then here and over there and over there. Alright, let's see if you're done it this time. Actually, I could check the word debug and the hex editor. Yeah, okay, you're in there now. You're in there now. Oh goodness, it pauses the emulation when this is scrolling. That's beautiful. 1 minute and 20 seconds. Goodness gracious. Thank you for the follow before, by the way. I missed that one earlier. Yeah, it should be in a second. It's up here somewhere, I think. But yeah, I still have so much room in there. So much room to add things. Alright, so I mean, so this has no volume on the triangle channel, right? So what I would just need to do for the envelope, so I could still use the same is it music data? Is it? So I can still use the same macro, like the same sound volume macro thing, but just when it's not equal to 0, enable it. But when it is 0, disable the channel, mute the channel. I think that's what I'll do. Because these notes will be using this guy right here. Okay, yeah, I could do that. I guess. Run for a beat. Oh, check for beat, and this is loading up the note. All right, run pulse loop. This just checks 2 channels, right? That checks the 2 channels. Okay. Okay, so this is triangle stuff. This is going to be similar to the pulse channels. Because the pulse channel, well, I still need to. I need to implement the load note and all that crap first. Okay, so we have a solid tone going, but in order to get to read a music sequence, I need to be able to load a single note with everything else attached to it instead of just hard coding in a note. Okay. All right, so that's what we need to do now. Because I did that before as well for the pulse channel, right? Yeah. I did that before for the pulse channel, and then I eventually removed all of it for things like load pulse instrument, like that right there. What if I can I just use this for everything else? For the triangle as well? Because it's going to be using the same data, but it's just going to be using a little bit differently, you know? So for the volume, it'll be looking at just for a non-zero value essentially, but it'll still be looking at that same data. Sound pointer vol macro. Sound pointer vol macro. Sound. Okay, so I have enough space to put it. Ah, okay. So this one, this right here is the only thing I would need to worry about for the update. So this updates the flags, so it's a different byte entirely for the triangle and noise flags. Which, I mean, would still, like, be fine, I guess? Maybe? I don't know. Miles channel ID. All right, so let's try this then. All right, so let's load Y temp channel ID. Okay, compare Y to branch equal. Triangle flags. Yeah, because here it'll have the channel ID loaded into Y. So we just compare it and then branch the triangle flags if it's the triangle channel. Because everything else uses indexes and offsets and things, and to like sequence variables and whatnot. But they have enough room for everything. So in theory, it should just wait. It should just work. In theory. Yeah. Yeah. So when I load an instrument, I'm just gonna load up all of the registers that need to be loaded up for the triangle channel, I think. So 1 2 3 4 1 1 0 1. Store that into sound noise. No. Try noise flags, right? Yes. Okay. So this won't be load pulse instrument, this is gonna be load instrument. Let's find out without or pulse no pulse instrument right here. Okay, it might still break somewhere else, but let's find out. It didn't. Okay, that's surprising, actually. Okay, so let's go ahead and load that instrument up. So load up 1 and then store that. No, that somewhere else. If I get more done tonight. Jojo, thank you for the 10 bits. Appreciate that. Hopping off early. Alright, no worries. Might as well get some extra sleep. Yeah, no worries. I hope to see you next time. Yeah. No, load up 2. Load Y to be 2, because that's the third channel. 2. So it's the third channel. Triangle channel. Yeah. And then what's the other one? Not VS. I wanted SP. So I'm gonna do that, and then that's not one. Load sequence. No. Load instrument. X holds the new instrument ID. X is going to be 1, I think. Yes, because I want the lead. That one right there. Okay. And then JSR to load instrument. Alright. So what do we got for the load note then? Is that roughly the same? Sequence. Some bunch of sequence. Technically, I can do all this stuff for the triangle as well. In theory, I just. All right, well let's load up sequence ID in A. Load ID 0 because that's the first sequence, right? What are the sequences? Yeah, okay. Sequence ID is 0. Channel ID in Y. Load Y to be 2 again. JSR load sequence. In theory, that should load the sequence. Okay, and the load note. Where's the load note? Load pulse note. I don't think that would be... Again, I don't think that's... that would be... Never mind. Wait. No, I can put that... I can just reorder this, so I can still index it the same. So if I grab this, put it right after the pulses, and grab this guy and put it right after the pulses, and then grab... Let's grab it anyway, even though it's different stuff in that. Okay. Because the duty volume is actually handled by the instrument, isn't it? This keyboard is a CM Storm trigger. It's got Cherry MX blues in it. The clicky ones. I don't think they make this keyboard anymore, unfortunately. So I don't think you can really get it anywhere except like eBay or something like that. But I love this keyboard. I really do. Alright, let's see. Sample. Okay, so here again is the flags. So Y to A. Y has got the channel ID in it, so we're gonna compare Y to 2 branch equal over to try flags. Try flags. That. And again, I think I'm just gonna load up 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 0, 1 that and store it into the sound triangle noise flags. Like that. Just to blanket, like, yes, turn everything on. Because this is just the initial loading of the note. This isn't the running of the engine. Yeah, this is just updating the note. Setting a new note. Alright, so that's going to break things when I change that and everything else. 339. Oh, no, that's not 339. There you go. Good choice. Well, thank you. Yeah, I absolutely love the MX Blues. I've got a few keyboards, and I've got 2 keyboards of blues in them. This one and another one off screen. Oops. A keyboard with browns that I use at work, and I used to have a keyboard of clears, but I got rid of that one. I sold that one. They were a little too heavy for me. Okay, so I should be able to load up a note. Holds the channel ID. Why holds the channel ID? So okay, channel 2 again. Load up a note. Let's do C4. C4 or C3? Yes, it was a WASD code. It was. They're, like I said, they're a little too heavy for me. Yeah, so we'll use a C4 for that for now. And then jump to load note. And then we're going to also comment this guy out, because that should already be written. Okay, so now, if this works like I think it should, it will load a note, load a sequence, but not actually read any of the sequence. So it'll load a note and give me some noise. So let's go ahead and pause that. Come back over here, make it over here. It did not. Okay. Is it never... Oh, it's not putting anything into... Wait, hang on. No. It's not putting anything into the counter stuff, so it's not enabling the sound. Because the counter and the reload value is 0. So it's not going to... Yeah, so it's not going to have any sound in it. So that means in the triangle flags, I need to load up a non-zero value and store that into... What did I say? The triangle counter? Well, let's load up FF and then store that into the triangle counter, as well as loading up what, 8? 80? ORing that with the triangle timer high and storing it back in that. Okay. So this sets the counter disable flag, but keeps the note in there. The note value. Right? Right? No, I'm thinking the wrong one. I have to counter load. I mean, so it'll still put something in the counter load. We need a value in that. We do need a value in that. What would it be otherwise? Like 7? No, it'd be 8. I can't. Okay, I should have known that. I mean that in theory should work though. Okay, let's see what happens. Pause that real quick. Okay. Good. That's actually very good. Okay, so that means it loads up. Well, it loads the note. In theory, it loads the instrument, but I'm not doing anything with the instrument, so it's not going to have the envelope on it. Yes, it's the triangle channel, which is good. Yep, and if I hit A, it'll do the rest of it. Yeah, so I don't have the envelope actually coded in yet, because I have to handle that a little bit separately, a little bit differently than the pulse channels. Oops. Okay, so in theory, the instrument and the sequence are loaded, but I'm just with the start of them. But I'm not running the engine at all for it. Yeah. So this one right here is I'm only loading up a single sequence. Sequence active. What? Do I want them all separate like that? I don't think I do. I'm not sure I want those separate like that. Sequence active. Where is that, like just in BSS space? Oh, I know you can't really see this. I know this is underneath the thing here. Give me a second. Sound active. Okay. Is that used anywhere else though? Stored a bunch. It's only used here. I mean, let's use Y. Because for everything else, Y holds the channel ID. So let's just keep that the same. Do this to compact it a little bit. Sequence decode loop that, because I'll need one of these, one loop per channel. Increment Y, compare Y to 3. So we're ignoring the noise channel for now. Let's go to 4, because screw it, so I don't have to worry about it again. Branch night equal to sequence decode loop. Didn't spell it right. Yeah. So this will go through each of the channels, essentially, and load in that channel's stuff. That channel sequence. Channel in X. No, I want channel in Y, actually. Star Y. Load X. Temp ID. Because whatever. Fine. So I don't have to rewrite everything else. Because I needed Y to be 0 here for the pointer stuff. Because I don't have that addressing mode where I can just look at a pointer like the jump instruction. So if I go over here and then jump, that's not jump. Yeah, the indirect jump's the only instruction that has the indirect. For everything else, like so if I want to just load at a pointer without an offset or anything like that, I have to use either X or Y indirect with an offset of 0. Yeah. I mean, I suppose I could use the X there, but if, you know, keep an X 0, I don't, whatever. I know this kind of works, you know. Okay, decode. Alright, so this should all, in theory, work. Okay, so that should, in theory, load up the notes for everything. Let's make sure that the pulse channels didn't break. Nope, you're undefined. Okay. Oh, because I removed that. Maybe I need that still. What do you mean no beat's undefined? It's right here. $210. What? I didn't save the file. Why did the file save? Saving helps. Okay, so that did do its thing. Okay. Now let's see if this still plays the Pulse 1 channel. It does! Good! Okay. Okay, that's good. That's good. So in theory, it should start doing the same stuff for the triangle channel. I don't actually update the triangle channel, though. Because it's just you don't do it yet. Yes, it's the macro stuff. Actually, it won't do the macros, but it should still change the notes. Let's see if it does. Well, it did something. It's trying to do something, but it's quite clearly broken. It's resetting to 27 every single time. Well, 27 hertz every single time. But, okay. You know, let's do this real quick. Let's remove this check right there. Let's remove that stuff for now. Or yeah. Loop stuff. That's what was breaking it, right? So it should play just a solid note now. It does. Okay. All right. So let's code in the envelope stuff first. Actually, I mean, Well, let's keep that in frame, and then 265. Okay, start the triangle stuff here. So I don't need to worry about a loop or anything like that. So let's just load up interval lengths plus. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Plus. No, plus 2. Yeah, plus 2. Set carry. Subtract carry. Measure vol steps plus 2. Plus 2. Branch equal. All done. Is that used anywhere else? No, okay. Okay. I don't need to store the channel ID because I know what channel it's going to be. It's always going to be the noise. The triangle channel. Because I think I'll have to code the noise channel differently as well. So I'll just handle that when I get to it, I suppose. Alright, sound pointer vol macro plus 6. No, plus 4. Store that into temp address. Then load up 5. Temp address plus 1. I'm essentially just hard coding the offsets for these guys. So the first loop through this would be x would be 0. The second loop through it would be 2. And then a theoretical third loop through it would be 4. Yeah, something like that. Piacho, how you doing? Welcome. Didn't see someone since first year of university. How you doing? How you doing? All right. Yeah, so this isn't x86 assembly. This is 6502 assembly, which is a lot simpler. And then like it only has this many commands. Like this is all of the commands right here. 07. That was a while ago. A long while ago. The next x86 in university. Alright, hey, that class. Well, if you remember any of it, you'll notice that this right here is a lot fewer instructions than x86 has. Great memories. Yeah, so this is the entire instruction set that I'm working with for 6502. I've pretty much memorized all of them, except the ones I don't really use very often, like the stack pointer stuff. The interrupt disable and decimal mode, because I don't use those except for like the reset. Yeah, and I think oh, and yeah, again, the stack stuff that I kind of sort of use, but everything else I've basically memorized at this point. I still need to check like for comparisons to see like what flags it sets, but aside from that, I don't think I'd be able to memorize like the x86 instruction set. That's for sure. that's the point I'm getting at, I think. All right, so clear the bits. Okay, the duty. Okay, so now I need to clear out some other. Yes, so I don't want to clear out the. Well, no. So, okay, so I want to check the volume, really. So load Y 0, load A, temp address at Y. Right? Actually, did not. Yeah. Because this right here is gonna have the oops, the volume macro where we are in the volume macro. That address. So it'll have an address to one of these values in it, or in theory anyway. And all I really need to do is check that for 0. Like here, I have to check the volume, or I have to grab the volume and combine that with the duty volume, so I don't change the duty on the pulse channel, but the triangle channel doesn't have any of that. It doesn't have any of that at all. So I think the triangle channel can just be a lot simpler of like a branch on equal. So branch equal to over there. This is just going to be load up 80, I think. Sound 0 page. Oops. Or no, 0 maybe? It's just 0. 0, and then store that into triangle counter, because that's mute. I don't need to really worry about the timer stuff, because if the counter is 0, it's not going to play anything probably. Otherwise, just load up a value. Or FF. Let's just load up FF. And store that into the counter. Yeah, it's on or off. That's all it is. On or off. That's my channel, right? Wait, this will actually reset the counter though, doesn't it? Or the counter reload flag. Okay, so I don't want to write that if it's still on, actually. I just want to ignore it. That's what I want to do. I don't want to change the triangle counter at all. And here we're going to load up the counter. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then a 1. and then or that with the flags. Oops. Store it. So this is just saying, hey, we want to update just the counter channel. Just the counter register, rather. Otherwise, we do not update the channel at all. Or that register at all. In theory. Okay. No, I don't want this red page. BSS. Lengths. Plural. It's an S at the end of that. Got it. Need coffee, yeah, right? I mean, if I have coffee now, I won't be able to sleep tonight, I don't think. It's already, like, 4 after 8 or so. Supply C guy, watch go. Done. Hello, Nightshade dude. How you doing? I'm not working on Go right yet. I might get to it a little later. But, how you doing? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Currently, I'm working on some assembly stuff. Okay. It didn't do what I wanted to do. I did reload it, right? Yeah, it did what I wanted to do. Let's do that. But yeah, for reference, with the Go stuff I was doing the other night anyway, was related to this. It was translating this right here, this data file, notes and things, reading this and outputting the assembly, which is over here, the assembly data, and that file, that process rather, is in here, but like split out a bunch. Let's see, pattern? I don't think I used that. This is the ignored one. That's the ignored one. This is a mess of a file right here. I think I need to just delete that file. But yeah, so this will load up like instruments. Well, yeah, I'll show you what it'll do. This one. CD music convert. OS music convert. Bad apple. So it loads up the pattern file, or the music file, really, and it spits out. I currently just did the console, but it spits out the assembly representation of that. Long day at work. Now leading a project to clean up our inventory. Fun. Lots of work, but it should be worth it. Yeah, I think so. But yes, this is what I was doing the other day with Go, and I might get to it later tonight. I don't know though. Leading project. Yeah, it does seem kind of neat. I'm not sure if I'd trust myself with it though, but you know. Oh yeah, and currently, with the triangle channel right now, I am trying to figure out how to read this data right here and feed it into the triangle and make the triangle channel behave like I want it to, based on that data. It was terrible. Would not recommend. Oh no. All right. So when I hit start, it loads up all the instruments and the note and stuff like that, and the sequence. Okay. Actually, you know what? Let's have a look at the sequence stuff. So when it loads the sequence, what happens? Let's go to this assembly view. What is this? Go to location. Get rid of that. Well, 12 hours of meetings for the last 2 weeks. Oh no, that's a little much for me. That is a little much for me, I think. Okay. So, yeah, well, let's start here and see what we need to add a watch for. So I don't care about the pulse flags. I don't care about the pulse 130 volume. I'll leave the temperatures there for now, I suppose. I want the triangle noise flags and the and all the triangle registers here. I think I will also want some of the other pointer addresses as well, but I will get to those in a second, I think. But I just want to run that over me. These guys. Where is the sound data? I will find that in a second, actually. Okay. So first, we're going into load instrument. Okay. So we're looking up the instrument to load. Sound pointer instrument. Load the volume. Let's switch to source view. Load pointer to instrument macro definitions. Okay. Store it in. Huh? What does that comment mean? Storing EG sound instant. What line is that? Load instrument. Come on, load instrument, please. Thank you. Oh, that is literally the comment. Alright, cool. I think I need to fix that, but whatever. Oh, storing, for example, that label. Okay. +1 at Y. What is that actual value, though? C2 B7. C2 B7. B? What? Wait a minute. C2 B. Hold up. That doesn't sound right. Oh. $80.09. Okay. $$ $80.09. 0C. Let's get the address of that actually. Herb. No, that ain't right. Hang on, wait a minute. No, yeah, that is correct. Never mind. That is correct. That is correct. I want the pointer value. Okay. This doesn't look right. 7 instrument +1. Oh, because I look at the wrong one. Yeah, it's at 18. Starting at 18. Got it. Got it. Got it. There it is. Oh yeah, I'm on Windows. I'm on Windows. Because of reasons. Everything I'm doing here though is kind of cross-platform, so you can run all this stuff on Linux as well. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. So yeah, Messin, my emulator, will run on Linux. Vim obviously will. The compiler toolchain will as well. I'm using the CC65, that compiler toolchain. Go runs on Linux. I use that for some glue stuff. Yeah, I'm stuck on Windows for other reasons. Okay, let's go over here. Reasons? Yeah, pretty much. The games. The Trixon, how you doing? Welcome. Only single platform. I mean, well, all this stuff here that I'm using for stream does work cross-platform. I've tried it. I've tested it myself. I've worked on it on Linux actually. But I'm stuck in Windows for other non-streaming reasons. All right. So what is at that offset? 8009. Sounds about right. This guy here. Instrument lead. Okay, that's right. Load up the volume ID. The volume macro ID, rather. Okay. So the instrument volumes plus Y. Y is at 2, so I want instrument volumes plus 2. Plus 2. 0, 1, and we are storing 0, 1. Yeah, right? .NET Professional makes sense. I mean, I don't use any of it at home, honestly. There are still day-to-day things that are complete pain, such as mind. As such, I want to hate Windows, but I really appreciate when things just work. Yeah, yeah. I mean, for I don't know, context or whatever. I have a bunch of servers and whatnot that all run Linux, a flavor of Linux, and I have a desktop off screen that runs Linux, that runs Manjaro Linux. I do use that for movie nights sometimes. Actually, is that? I think I need to update my movie night call or command. Do I? It's fine. It works. But yeah, I mean, I use the Linux machine for that. But yeah, there are a few things that some programs that won't work on Linux. Yeah, it's sound related stuff. It's sound related stuff. Sound and capture card related stuff, actually. Alright, volume ID, the word offset, fine. Load up the sound, the macros volume at X. Load up the pointer of the volume macro. Sound volume macro Y. So this is Y at 4, or SND, or I want the pointer of SND pointer vol macro plus 4, right? E31, okay. Yes, it is. It is arch derivative. Yeah. Okay, so it's loading up the stuff correctly, it looks like. Save and load the length volume, yeah. Load up the actual value. Right? Oh, right, so that's the length of the macro itself. That's setting up the macro length, so we don't overrun the macro. Debian, mate. Well, I use Debian for my server stuff. All my servers are on Debian. Increment the macro pointer. The macro pointer. Good. It increment the correct pointer. So it starts with the data instead of the length counter, which I believe is this guy here. Yes. So originally it was pointing to 0b, which is the length of the macro, but we need to increment that by 1 to actually get the values of the macro. What's my? Yeah, you're a Gen 2 guy. Could tell by the beard. Reset the step speed, load channel ID. Measure volume steps at +2. Okay. Measure vol steps +2. So this is the steps for the triangle channel. Oh, right. So that's the current step it's on, not how many are left. University, I dual booted Ubuntu on my PC laptop. Think about I'll dual boot in Debian on my gaming PC. I use Mac mostly for Mac. Why? Why would you use a Mac? I can't stand Macs. I hate them. All right, y is equal to 2, so we jump there and write the update flags. RTS. Okay. Then we load a sequence. In theory, the sequence should load correctly. Doesn't it? I mean, his beard is a lot larger than mine is. All right, load sequence. Sequence stuff. This should, in theory, work. I mean, whatever. We're just gonna assume that this works, because I mean, all it's doing is loading a pointer. Actually, yeah, it's sound pointer sequence plus 4. Right? Yeah. So that's sound SND pointer sequence plus 4. Okay. 85B. So that starts not there. Sequence A. Okay. So that is the beginning of the sequence. So that's correct too. Stallman beard. Okay, so that looks correct. That looks correct. And active, yes. I don't. I turned off the processing of the beat, didn't I? Think about the file. Appreciate that. For anything but the first channel. Where is it? What are these? Oh, decoding stuff. Sequence loop. No, not this. So this one only processes the sequence for one channel. Okay. What happens when I hit A? Load a sequence. I only load up. Okay, so let's load A 0, load Y 2, JSR load sequence. So this should, in theory, also load the sequence for the triangle. Right? Probably. The only reason I'm stepping through it now is because I hit select or whatever. Or that needs to be 2 over here. 2. Actually, wait a minute. Did it? Wait a minute. When I muted it, I think is when it was going wrong. Right? What happened to... Is this? Oh, this is... Oh, I need to reassemble this. Not that one. These are off, it's all gonna be broken. Come on. What? Wait a minute. Why isn't load sequence doing anything? Hey, what? Hang. Okay, it's the exact same. Y 0, 2, load sequence. 0, 2, load sequence. Oh, because I'm not decoding. I disabled that crap. So of course it's not going to actually load the note for the triangle channel because I tell it to never look at the triangle channel to load the notes. So I load the sequence, but I don't hit play on the sequence essentially. Oh good, I broke it. I'm in an infinite loop somewhere. Where am I? Aren't I? Ah, yeah. Let me guess. Y is being used in decode sequence command, isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah. So that means I need to. What are the values using this guy? Y and X are both clowered. Temp address, okay. Look up decoding. What? Decode play note. Decode mute. Temp ID is clowered, so I can't use that. Temp ID is clowered. Let's just... What? Hang on, what other... temp something or other. Do I like a temp X or Y? Temp ID, temp offset. Temp address. Temp channel ID, no. Okay, so let's just do... temp Y. You know what? I shouldn't need to reload it there, because Y will always be loaded at that point to have the correct value in it. Because here I reload it, increment it, I never store it. Or let's just increment that, and then load Y, temp Y. Like that. So I increment the value in RAM, and then I load that to compare it. And on the next loop, it will have that value in it. In theory. Temp Y is already defined. What do you mean it's already defined? Okay, well, it's fine. I want to use it somewhere. Do I use it somewhere? Not in this file. Okay, so that should hopefully mean that this sequence of jumps doesn't use that. Let's try it. Okay, something ain't right there. So let's go down to... Let's play on that anyway. Not write buffers. We want the running of the frame. So this right here, that's where we want to stop. Bam. Okay. We are on Wise 2. Oh, because is that the only one that's, control click? Yes. I guess that was the only one that, yeah, that was the only one that, had an active on it. Okay. There's probably a better way to do that, because, like, it's 1 bit for 4 bytes. Yeah. I'm spreading 4 bits over 4 bytes, which... it's painful. I shouldn't be doing it that way, but I am anyway, because whatever. I should be using, like, a flag thing there. I might swap that out to a flag similar to what I'm doing with the sound channel flags. Shifting it out, and then PCC stuff. I'll figure that out later. Alright, so... Triangle channel is active. We need to load a note. Okay. Sequence at Y. Sound pointer sequence plus 0. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's wrong. That is loading up the first channel's information, isn't it? Sound pointer sequence is 0. Which is 0. Like nothing's there. Because we're only playing the triangle channel right now. What is this? Over here somewhere? Sound pointer plus flags, noise. Pulse timer. Instrument. Volume macro. Sequence. 0 and 1. 8076. No. What is this? 056. I don't know what why is 56 that? That shouldn't be there at all. But it should be reading this. It should be reading 85B, not 8076. Okay, so that's what broke. That's what broke. Alright. Yes, I want the channel ID in Y. No. I want the channel offset in X. That's what I want. Oh, no, because I have the syntax wrong. I have the syntax wrong. That's why. Okay. Ignore that. These guys are going to be Y. Like that. Okay. Okay. So this should work. Captain Longfox, how you doing? I can listen to streams on the Android Twitch app, but this video doesn't show up. Yeah, that's I think par for Twitch Mobile. Par for the course. Alright, so Y's got the ID in it. What are the 2YA 2 cycles versus load A opera 3 cycles. Oh, so if I just transfer Y to A, that's a cycle cheaper. Okay, cool. Yeah, so this is ID to offset, word offset, and then this is look up the pointer in the table. Yeah. Rabelais, how you doing? Caching dependent on you. Caching dependent, you mean? Oh, I missed a few things. Want to hear a joke? Sure, as long as it's, like, appropriate. Chrome is the only browser that works well with Twitch. That's Not necessarily. I use Firefox with Twitch all the time. Stream dependent. Possibly depends on the resolution. Lovely. Yeah, well... Yeah. You're fine. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Look at the pointer on the table. Okay, wait, what kind of... Hang on. Sequence. Why am I shifting that a bunch? Oh! Wait. Yes, because the value that it's looking up is the opcode thing. Fine. Okay, then I'm gonna jump to the temp address, which is gonna be like load a note or something like that, right? Play the note. It's looking at some pointer sequence at X. Oh dear. X temp ID. That's wrong. This. No, that can't be temp ID. That needs to be offset. Store a temp chan offset. So over here, load X, we need to load up the temp chan offset instead of just the ID, because these are offsets. These are word offsets. Firefox eats CPU like... Well, so does Chrome. Here's a formula to calculate quickly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus A. Anyone remember? No. The only is my favorite news sources for regular news. Triangular number. Sounds about right. Sure. V8842248. How you doing? Welcome. Okay, can I just call you V8? I'm gonna call you V8. How you doing? Factorial, yeah, that's multiplication. The like 4 exclamation point. That's multiplication, right? Okay, so that's... Wait. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's including for the incrementing that. So that's probably why the sound is going all wonky, because it's incrementing the wrong. Well, incrementing anything really. All right. Load Y temp ID. Each one ID. Our sequence at Y is incorrect again. So this again. This entire thing is wrong. Deco play note. ID word offset. What is an A? A is in. That's the note. A is the note. Right? I think it is. Yeah, opcode the node index. So it's the full byte, right? Yeah, so we'll have the word offset for the note. Streaming 1080p. I'm not even streaming in 1080p. I'm streaming in 720. How do you have 1080p quality options when I'm not even streaming in 1080p? And apparently I do have quality options too, so you can go all the way down to 160p. Thanks for the follow, by the way. I appreciate that. You only see 720? Is my dashboard lying to me? I think my dashboard might be lying to me then. Let's make sure. Okay, I am muted down. If Twitch wants to load. Okay, come on. Yeah, I've got all kinds of options. Not this stream. Really? Because I just load it up and then quality and look at all those quality options. You might need to refresh to see those, honestly, but because Switch is dumb that way. But no. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not guaranteed to have those because I ain't partner yet. Yes, if I was, but I'm not. Okay. Transfer A to Y, and then I'm loading something in Y. Then why am I even transferring it in the first place? Hold up. What? And I nuke it. I nuke it the next line. So why am I doing this at all? These values are ignored. It's kind of like me wanting to like reach back through time and slap myself from last week. See other options, but I don't have 1080. Yeah, I'm not streaming in 1080, so I'm streaming at 720, so you're not going to see 1080. I thought I was pointing to a stream with no encoders and a stream at 1080. Yeah? Yeah, I'm going to blame Twitch Mobile then. Alright, so I loaded the instrument, increment the sequence pointer. Wait a minute. Oh, no, that's this here. Those are the channel offset. That should, in theory, work. Okay, then here... No, so this is Garbo. That doesn't matter at all. That doesn't matter at all, because it's Garbo. It was nuked. It wasn't even used. So this, however, this one needs to be X. That needs to be X. And that needs to be, the channel offset. Like that. So that will have the note ID in it. Yes, that will have the note index in it. In theory. Different channel? I guess so. Just watching somebody else. Okay. Again, with this crap right here, I load X with the temp chan offset. Right? Sound your sequence and it with right for setting the instrument. For setting the instrument. This is the instrument stuff. Load X temp ID. Temp ID is just the ID of the channel. Right? Let's swap those around so it's less confusing. So A is the instrument ID, and why am I loading X here? And what is instrument? Hang on. Hold the phone. What is this instrument ID? Okay. So this also needs to be load Y temp or no, load X temp ID. That's why I had them that way. Store A at that thing. Do it properly. All right. So much for. No. Not doing that. Next command. Right. Okay. Decode mute. That's not implemented yet. I don't have that done for even the pulse channels. Denton Burton Jr., how you doing? Not very many. It varies. It varies. My WPM vary. I haven't done one of those tests though, so I have no idea. Like at 200 RPM. I mean, I don't know if I'm that high. There are days though where I feel like I'm going at about 5 word per minute. And then there's other days where I feel like I'm going 1,000. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. So it varies all the time. Like beginning a stream, I felt like I was typing through molasses. So it all depends. It all depends. Depends on what I'm typing. And if it's proper English, like with punctuation, capitalization, and all that kind of crap, I just my WPM tanks. I guarantee it tanks. Okay, decode and increment. No, load X to temp ID. So it's act as. Okay, so that's fine. Okay. So I think I fixed a bunch of stuff. Let's see if I'm wrong. I probably still am, but let's try it anyway. Here, reload that. Pause that. Oh, alright. Well, I mean... Okay, it's not muting itself now, which I guess is good? I guess? Thank you for the files, by the way. Appreciate that. Oh good, it's not muting now. It's not killing the audio now. Why isn't it killing the audio? What? It's not... Huh? That never happens. I'm stuck somewhere. Where is it stuck? What? Okay, pop that in there. And then load this up. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so it is stuck in this loop right here. What is this? Red PPU register read. Register 251. Whoa! Okay, so oh boy. Okay. Thank you for that file. Appreciate that. So I see what's going on here. Yeah, the temp at, oh no. Yeah. The sequence address started probably where it was supposed to. And then I hit the increment button. Or no, then I kept calling decode something or other. Decode sequence command. Somehow it was stuck in this loop with the temp address. What is that? What is that value? Temp address C285. Search go to address C285, which is decode instrument. Okay. Decode X. It just keeps going through this, and it just. Oh boy. Yokohama man, how you doing? Yes, it incremented into PPU space after rolling over the ROM space. It's not even reading anything. It's just incrementing it like mad. See? It's just incrementing it like mad. So that's the breakpoint. So it looped over again. Where's the look at it go. Look at it go. It's all it's doing is incrementing this. Like it's nothing else is happening. It's just going mad. What in the world? Okay, so we're gonna step through this and see why it's doing it. Greetings. I have GNU Linux. What is the best assembler syntax to learn now? FASM, NASM, or other? Yeah, it depends on your goals. For instance, I'm not using any of that. I am targeting the NES. So I'm using 6502 assembly. With syntax specific to, you know, that toolchain. Yeah, and it's AT&T syntax like, I think. Yeah, it's not the weird one of percent signs everywhere. It ain't that one. God, yeah, what is going on? It's decode sequence command. You know what? No, let's first let's reset. We're gonna reset. We're gonna reset that. Okay. Where is? Well, no, not that one. Okay, I want to keep that location. Okay, here. And then I'm gonna. Yeah. No, that's B. Start. Where's start? This guy. Okay, so I want to break when I hit start. Is start? Okay, now I broke. I broke it. Whatever. And we are going to break again down here. Or let's just jump over a bunch of stuff and then step through. Okay, fine, good. So I don't need to really do that. Wait a minute, what happened there? Hold up, back up, back up, back up, back up. No beat. Okay. We want to stop on the next beat. Bam, so that's however many frames. Plan on doing reverse engineering, probably should learn x86. Unless you want to do reverse engineering on the NES, which is my goal. So I'm learning 6502 assembly to reverse engineer that. But yes, it all depends on specifically what your goals are. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so we have a beat. Cool. Sequence 0, or channel 0. It's equal. We're going to the next channel. Branch not equal to the thing. Yes. Okay. Branch not equal. Branch. Okay. Now we're dropping into decode sequence command. All right. So here it should be jumping. Or not jumping, you should be reading, rather. Good God, look at that. Yeah, that's... Yeah. It should be reading from 8,000 something. Oh my goodness. So it incorrectly labeled everything as read by as data. Because I read all of it. Because I broke things. That's gonna be fun. Alright. But no, it should be reading from here. Which is... That's not the correct address. 805B is where it should be reading from. Also, surface syntax is the easiest bit to learn. If you know AT&T syntax, Intel is easy. Oh. Likewise for transition to other x86 assemblers. Yeah, the hard part is learning the overall semantics of the instruction set. I can completely agree with that one. No. Okay, so where are we looking? Sound pointer sequence. This is, look up the pointer in the table. So this is looking up the pointer of the sequence. Or something. Decoding. No. 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 This... Wait a minute. Hang on. Decode sequence command. Alright. Load the next command in the sequence and execute it. Right. Look at the pointer in the table. Sound sequence. Yes, that is correct, actually. Yes, because this variable right here has a pointer in it. And there's 4 pointers in a row, and this X indexes those pointers in a row. If I handed me the source for my PC Engine dev kit and a few examples for it, you might be comfortable running it. He'd have never used the assembler before, but he'd be up to speed on the overall syntax very quickly. This debugging is during my college PSD. I had to design my own CPU. I had to debug CPU signals. Oh no! So I'm not doing that. I'm not debugging CPU signals. No, I'm just debugging flags in the CPU essentially. All right. So this is decoding the thing. So it actually read the correct value in sequence A. It loaded up 11. Yeah, which is 11 is the opcode for the thing we want to do. And in this case, that is hang on. It's, no, music something. Music data. In this case, that is this right here, the set instrument. I want to try to make my own programs written in high-level languages. This is faster with assembly, so the programs work very quickly. I mean, I'm not sure I can recommend learning assembly specifically for that express purpose, because modern compilers do a lot of optimizations for you. They've gotten really good at it, and it's not really worth it to hand optimize assembly anymore. Because I mean, the compiler would be able to do that for you better than you would be able to, a lot faster, in most cases. In just about all the cases, I think. But if you're reverse engineering something, that's a different story entirely. It would be easier to look at the assembly and figure out what's going on. Yes. Learn ATCs, but you're probably better off with algorithmic improvements than attempting to marker optimize any given operation. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so way back in the day, people actually like wrote stuff in assembly entirely, like on the NES, for instance, because there wasn't a higher level language to write things in for it. So they were stuck with, well, write an assembly or don't. Just don't write for the system, essentially. But over time, compilers got a lot better, especially optimizing compilers got a lot better, and computers got faster and more efficient. And processors, especially the modern ones, are not designed as a target for a human. They're designed as a target for a compiler. So the processor that I'm working with, the 6502, was designed to have someone write assembly for it. It was designed to be looked at by a human, but x86 is not. It is designed as the target for a compiler. It wasn't really intended for anyone to be manually writing a x86 assembly. Yeah, the other people with a ton of experience have already done that for the compilers. Absolutely. Just learn hardware design language like Verilog. There you go. Obviously, if you want to work with the military making big bucks, right? I want to create a game on the Commodore 64. What language do I need to use? Funnily enough, the Commodore 64 uses the exact same processor as the NES, so there you go, right there. You can even use the same compiler toolchain as I use. You'll have to do things a little bit differently when it comes to graphics, because the Commodore uses a different graphics chip than well, you can use BASIC, yes, but it uses a different graphics chip than the NES, for instance, and it actually has a decimal mode apparently. But yeah, you can use BASIC if you want, but if you want to write something very performant on the Commodore, you'll be writing 6502 assembly like this right here. Maybe one day, but I really don't like doing hardware stuff where I can't write my own tools, and most FPGA falls in the class of required information not available. Oh. Maybe making a CPU without an FPGA might be the size of a room. Right? My IDE is Vim. If you want to have like at my tool chain, just do ! tools. That is directed toward NES assembly stuff. So it's, for instance, has a NES emulator in there, not a Commodore 64 one. But I mean, it's the same compiling tools. Photolithography. A room? You must be joking. I wouldn't be using vacuum tubes. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the only thing that you'll really want to use, or need to use, or be required to use, I would say, out of all those tools would be the assembler, which is CA65, or the CC65 toolchain, rather. I mean, anything that writes text and has syntax highlighting you can use. You don't have to use Vim. And again, for the Commodore, you're not going to be using a NES emulator for the Commodore. You're going to be using something like Vice or whatever for the Commodore. One of these days, I'll get around to writing something for the Commodore. Maybe porting something I already have, but we'll see. Alright, so where was I? You know, I can close out of that. Okay, so it should be jumping to the set instrument stuff, right? Decode set instrument, yes. Okay, so I'm gonna jump over... No. Oh, I could have jumped over that. Jump to decode sequence command. Oh, right, yes, because it just stores the instrument ID, because the instrument is reloaded on every note. I wouldn't use Vice to do it, I know about... Alright, I mean, I haven't written anything for the Commodore, so, I mean, take my advice with a grain of salt in that respect. Got on, have a good night. Alright, Night Shade Dude, thank you for stopping by. Really appreciate it. You have a good night. Hope to see you again. Okay, so that is correct. We would jump back to the decode sequence command because we want to get the note next, or the next command. The command sequence should only end on a new note or a mute or something to that effect. Currently, I only have load instrument, load note, and end of sequence implemented, and new note and end of sequence will end decoding of the sequence. All right. So actually, you know what might be wrong? Oh no, maybe not. Okay, so that is loading up the correct value for that. So this is loading the note. No. No, 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 no. It shouldn't be decoding the instrument again. It should be the note. Okay. A is 0. Transfer A to X. X is now 0. Look at decoding at Y. Why am I loading Y? I shouldn't be using Y. I should be using X. Why was that working before? Hold up. What? Oh, because I changed this and didn't change anything else. Well, I didn't change that, rather. That's why. Okay, so it doesn't kill the channel when it's done, but it does play the music. It actually plays it. Okay, so if I well, mute that or kill that for now. I'm not gonna change. The only thing I'm gonna change is I'm gonna disable the pulse channel so we can hear the just the triangle channel without changing any of the code. So I just disabled the pulse channel, so we will still write to the registers, but nothing will happen because the channels are disabled. So. Beautiful. Okay. All right. It's kind of almost broken. Yeah, it's a triangle. Yes, it is. But I think I can fix that. Hopefully. I mean, you don't see me using PCX from PC to engine develop, do you? Well, I mean, Pritchard, you're on a different level there, I think. Developing and debugging on real hardware. I don't think I can do that. I'm a little spoiled in that in that area. Okay, so essentially when it hits the EOF, or no, it's not. The envelope isn't working. Yeah, spoiled. Yeah, the envelope isn't working. Is it? Because the envelope should be taking care of the length. Where is pulse loop? Triangle stick. There we go. So this right here should be taking care of that, but it's not. Did I not finish writing? I didn't finish writing this, did I? I didn't finish. There's. Wait. New channel. If it's not able. Channels on. New channel. Okay, let's drop a breakpoint there. Let's see when that hits. Alright, TSQ, might as well not have a debugger. I try to avoid writing SQL as much as I can because I'm not a fan of it. And yeah, I can't like step through SQL code like I can step through C# code. Seriously though, I don't think I could stand the interactivity and the turnaround time of using a debugger as opposed to real hardware. I mean, to each their own. Emulator, got it. What was I? Oh yeah. So I need to go over to the run frame. Below all that, this guy here. Channel is on. It's right there. It's running. Channel should not be on anymore. What is this? Temp address at that. I'm not incrementing the steps anywhere, am I? No wonder it's not muting itself. Because here's where I increment the steps for this. Okay. Well. Increment. Vol steps plus 2. Like that. I haven't used that since my company dropped HipChat. HipChat? I mean, it's now so unhipped. So what am I supposed to... Alright, so... In theory, I don't think any of the macros should be longer than 255? Probably? I don't know. Well, we'll find out. We'll find out. But this should actually mute the channel now. So let's find out. I don't think so. I don't think it's doing it. Still not doing it. Okay, okay. Why? What is this? Go to location. It's nothing. Okay. Vol steps plus 2 is at B. Okay. Length is at B. I don't mute it. It doesn't hit the mute. I'm not setting that right. Hang on. What am I checking it up against up here? Branch equal. Is it like an off by 1? It's an off by 1, isn't it? Total vol steps are lengths plus 2. HipChat was Atlassian's chest. Ah, okay. Got it. Let's just add 1 to that, see if it's an off by 1 issue. I'm not sure why I hit play on my music again, just to pause it. I don't think this is it either. Ain't either. Okay. Pause that. This is how I couldn't assembly. How you doing, PvP killer? How you... PvP killer, how you doing? Welcome. Welcome. I swear I can English. I mean, sometimes. Okay, so they're not gonna do that. Instead, we're gonna subtract 1. I'm not gonna bother pausing the music again. So we're gonna hear both of them for a second. Let's see if it actually stops. It doesn't stop. It never stops. Change the RuneScape. But welcome. Glad to have you. Glad to have you. I don't need that open anymore. All right, I wanna break on the mute channel, but let's get rid of that because it's not an off by one apparently, because that would have fixed it, or that would have had maybe not fixed it, but thank you for the file. Appreciate that. That okay. Then we'll go over to here. Reload that. Where's all this stuff? Go to location. Pressing start. No, I don't care about that anymore. Instead, I want to go down to where is it? Not the load sequence. Mute channel. Right there. That happens all the time. Okay. The mute channel never happens. It never happens. Because why? Why does it never happen? Is it not reading the macro correctly? Is that what's happening? Location. Okay. Load up a macro address. This is the address is 8032. Oh yes, that is correct. That's correct. 0F. Fine. Loads of 0F. Branch unequal. Somewhere else to channel off. Okay. 32. It didn't. Wait a minute. It didn't increment that. It didn't increment the step. It didn't increment the volume macro. Which is it? Why? Oh, because over here I'm loading the steps. Okay. So this I need to why? And also increment. That's why. All right. I was never reading the next value in the thing. I was always reading the first value. Thank you for that file. Appreciate that. All right. So now, there's alert. Okay, so this one is going to read up the first value on that. Dude, no. This guy here. Should be reading that guy. 0F in a second. It does. Okay, good. Then the next one should be reading the next 0F. It should be reading this guy. So it should go from gray to black. But it does. Yes. 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 Beautiful. Okay, I think we've got it. So now I should have a mute channel eventually. That's better. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. All right. We have a triangle channel that works. So we can turn on the pulse channels again. I'm only using one of them. I can turn both of them on. So now, pause the music real quick. I should hear the pulse channel and the triangle channel. They're not synced. How are they not synced? What? What? Are they reading like the same values somewhere? I don't know. What? All right. Let's go. What is this location? Load sequence. That's whatever. It's broken now. So is that one probably. Okay. Okay. On A, we're just gonna. No, we're gonna hit there actually. Does playing one channel slow the other? No, it shouldn't. No. Oh well, I hit the wrong button there, so it's not gonna do the right thing. I have to hit the right button in order for it to do the thing I want it to do. There we go. I hit the right button, and look, it went where I wanted it to go. God. All right. So now we're gonna have a look at some pointers as they are loaded. So I don't want that value or that value or that value or whatever that was, or the volumes or the macro pointers. The volume steps. Okay, I want the sequence pointers. That's what I want. I can put the noise flags or the temp address really, but I keep that in there. This one I'm going to make plus 0. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. And the next one, copy that, I'm going to make plus 4. Okay, so this one is the pulse channel pointer, and then this one is the triangle channel pointer. Now, each frame, they should be the same, because they're both reading the same data. Oh. Blue video game, thank you for the host, appreciate that. No, shoot, I meant to step over that. Okay, so they're loaded up to the same data. That is good. That's what I want. So I'm going to go over to somewhere. Where am I going? Run the loop. Right there. So each time I hit this breakpoint, these two values should be the same. Thank you for the file. Appreciate that. They are not. So they are out of sync somehow. They are somehow out of sync. They're supposed to be ticking at the same rate, but they're not. Okay, so let's have a look at the sound sequence active bytes. Oh, I need to actually put in a correct expression there. Okay, so this right here are the channels that are enabled. 1 byte per channel. It's a waste of space, but whatever, it works. Okay. Well, maybe not. Who knows? Okay, so yeah, every frame that is updating correctly. Wasn't far off picking his legs. Yeah, so what is this? Oh, okay, yeah, those are okay. Not slow byte, notes plus 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. Right, so pulse, pulse, triangle, noise. Pulse, pulse, triangle, noise. Pulse, pulse, triangle, noise. Right, so it's got the every other pattern because I'm only using pulse 1 and triangle, and there's 4 channels total, so of course it's gonna look a little weird. Keresoro, how you doing? Welcome. Hello, hello. Yes, whatever. That's fine. But is this 60 and 7-1? 60. Well, let's hang on. Let's start over. Okay, I'm gonna A, and then we're gonna go down and re-enable that breakpoint. Okay, so here it should be loading up this guy right here. No, it should be. With a 5B? Yeah. Okay. Should be reading those. Both of them. Then the next iteration, it should be pointing to... Wait a minute. What 2 bytes? 2 bytes? What is 2? Oh, the first... It's mute. Or not mute, but wait. For one beat. Okay, so that's 85E should be the next value for these guys. On the next beat. Neither one of them are correct. That's not right. One of them is correct. 5F is correct. 5C is not correct. What in the world? Okay, so we're going to drop a breakpoint there. Over here. Okay, none of them were loaded. Fine. Sequence. And then we're going to drop down to here. Okay. We are on Y0, so we're on the first channel. We're going to be loading up the first sequence stuff. Donald Logue. I have no idea who that is. Sons of Anarchy. I don't think I've seen that. I haven't seen that. But thank you, I guess? Yeah. Alright, so decode the sequence command. Alright, so we're gonna jump into that. Sequence command, so this is for the first... Wait, 85B. Why is that 85B? Right, okay, yeah. So you should be looking there. Right. Maybe after stream. Sound sequence plus 0 at X. Okay, so let's look at the first one. So this is reading the first value, 11. Good. Alright, and then it should also read the next value. After the set instrument and the pointer thing. 5C. Right. Decode instrument. Or decode command. Yes, so just be reading 805C, which is the note. Transfer A to Y. It's 2. Wait a minute, hang on. Okay. Transfer A to X, it's 4. Store that into channel offset. What? No, that ain't right. What in the world? Huh? Channel 4? I'm not using channel 4. That's the offset. That's the offset. Yes, that is correct. Okay, so 04 is... Wait a minute. Issuing channel set. Wait a minute, hang on. No. Beat. That's where I want to stop. Okay, a beat happened, the first beat, the very first beat. Okay, we're loading up 8 for the next beat. Fine. Load Y, store that in load 0 into Y, store that to temp Y. Okay, first channel is active. Yes. This channel is going to read 3 bytes. It read 3 bytes. Good, and it... Why did it update this one? It should not have updated that one. It should have only updated one of those pointers. It didn't even update the right pointer. Or the right values, rather. So, both of those... No. This first pointer should be pointing to here. 805E. Not 5C, which is this guy. And this one is going to jump over to... This is going to jump into... And this one's already looking in the wrong spot. This one's already off to a bad start. But it's going to read the weight, and now it's off. Okay, so decode sequence command is wrong. Something is wrong there. This guy here. It should have Y, or it has the channel ID and Y. Channel ID and Y. Store Y in the temp ID. Okay. Transfer Y to A, get the offset. Transfer to X, and store it in the offset. Okay. Increment sequence pointer. Is this wrong? Load X to channel offset. Let's draw a breakpoint on that. Why not? So let's reset this again. Oh, because the beat happens like every time. Was that this one? Okay. Like that. Okay, now we want to stop at the beat. Bam. Beat happened. Good. Let's go over to decode sequence command and this guy here. Okay, we want a breakpoint there. Alright, so, first time around, temp chan offset and the temp chan ID, temp ID. Okay. Do I have... I do have a variable for that I'm not using. Of course not. Why would I be using the one that is named correctly? Alright, so this guy updates the correct one. Alright. Then it goes to decode sequence command again. That's why. When I go back around, Y is at the offset. Not is at a offset, at some weird offset. But I'm restoring Y in the ID. I can't be doing that. I can't be doing that. No. No, instead, we're going to be using temp chan ID. Are we? Yes, I think so. There. So, in this sequence, when I load a note, what happens when I load a note? Go play note, transfer load note. I mean, in theory, that should be good. That should be fine. In theory? In theory. It's hacky, it feels icky, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it anyway because we are reusing a variable that we probably should not be reusing. That wasn't the right one. Okay. Alright, so this guy, I also want temp chan ID in the watch list there. Okay, so these guys are here. These should all, well, kind of match up. Alright. Worldwide. Okay, start. Okay. Going down here, and we're hitting temp chan offset. Alright. Or increment the pointer. Fine. Load y 0. There we go. Okay. So now this will load the play note. There we go. Then this stores it there. Well, it doesn't store it. Skips over it. Stores it there. Okay. This one's at 5e. That is good. After this loop, the second pointer should also be at 85e. Oh, I need to like... Okay. I guess I'm stepping through it now. Play note. Okay, I think we got it now. That's better. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. I fixed it. Beautiful. Listen to that again. Turn off that breakpoint. Oops, I want to turn on the watch there. Why is that hidden? Why is that? Hang on, what is... Increment the sequence pointer. That shouldn't be hitting it. Oh, this is the, that's something else. That's the beat. So that happens once every 8 or so frames. Okay! We're doing good. It disappears every once in a while. It doesn't matter. It plays fine. Whatever. Close out of that. Let's go ahead and commit this now, I suppose, right? Okay. Well, yeah, let's make that big again. Stage that. Stage that. I probably want to stage everything, actually, but I'm just... Yes, okay, yes. And I think that's everything. Right? Yes. Okay, good. Yeah, that stuff need to be reorganized. Yes. Don't want to put in the... that line, because... Yeah, I need to remove that line. I want to remove that line, rather. So I know you can't see what I'm doing right here because it's behind the thing, but I'll go there for a second. Okay, put that. Alright, store that. And then all this stuff, I'm saving for later. That's all, like, stuff that I should actually really put in the thing. We can put this stuff first. So this is, enable sound, triangle channel. Implement triangle channel, because if I say enable, it sounds like I just turned it off. and it was working before, but it wasn't actually working before. So we're gonna implement the triangle channel. All right. This also fixes a bunch of incorrect assumptions with there in a bunch of the decode code. Yeah. How do I get more creative with coding? I don't know, man. Find like a project you want to do. Find something you're passionate about. I don't know. Yeah, sky's the limit. Alright, so I need to actually just commit a bunch of this stuff. So I'm gonna commit this guy, and that guy, and that guy, and that guy, and not the exe. I'm gonna commit that guy for kicks, and that guy, and that guy, and that guy, and that guy. What's the untitled? Nothing. Okay. Add some chart conversion code. Helper program code. This isn't complete yet, but it will eventually convert the text export from tracker to my assembly format. Memory tracker is a tablet too, right? Yeah, probably. Good. Now, if you think something's too difficult to write, try doing it anyway. These are great opportunities to learn something new. Can the NES be programmed in C? It can, yes, but I choose not to. But welcome, Sarbaz. How you doing? Welcome. It can, yes. I don't think it's. How do I word this? It's not for me. It's not for me. I do not want to learn the specific C idiosyncrasies, or the idiosyncrasies I would have to learn for the NES. I don't want to poison my limited C knowledge with them, because the NES is very limited hardware, so you have to do things in certain you have to take certain steps and do things in a certain way that are not idiomatic C or idiomatic modern C. Yeah, it can, but it really shouldn't. Exactly. Yeah, that and for me, my goal isn't just to be able to write games for the C. My goal is the other way around, to be able to reverse engineer games for the NES. It's a lot easier just to like load up a ROM and read the assembly than it is to like load up a ROM and try to decompile it or something stupid. Cyanocron, how you doing? Cyanocron. Cyanocron. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Welcome. How you doing? Cyanocron? Yeah. But yeah, so I mean that's what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm writing an assembly specifically to learn assembly to reverse engineer other things, which is why, by the way, I'm also writing my own sound engine here, instead of just finding a sound engine online and using that library. Because there are sound engines out there for the NES that you can just bring into your code base. In fact, this program right here, Family Tracker, will export into that, into its own sound driver, or into a data format that its own sound driver can read, and then you would include this sound driver in your NES game or whatever, and use that. I don't want to do that though, because I want to learn the inner workings of the audio for the NES. In order to do that, I need to write. Well, I think the best way to do that is to write an actual sound engine. Especially since most NES games were written in assembly in the first place, so there's nothing to decompile to. Yeah, there's that as well. There's that as well. The majority of NES games were handwritten in assembly in the first place. there was no C. There was just a bunch of graph paper with drawings on them, and handwritten assembly too, probably in notebooks. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I mean, especially seeing that, like, I have a notebook somewhere with handwritten assembly in it for some of my projects. So there'd probably be some issues, but it would probably be valid to decompile assembly to C, even though it was written in assembly. I don't know about that. Maybe. Yeah, the yield, it wouldn't be worth it. Even if you could, it would not be worth it. It would be more worth it to learn the assembly itself, and then just to be able to read the assembly, instead of decompiling it into a bastardized C source that never existed in the first place. Like if you were to decompile this into C, it'd be a mess. I guarantee it. It would be an absolute mess. Yeah, in some cases, literally handwritten assembly, as in write out the assembly on paper before keying into the computer. Absolutely. I've done that very thing. Like I said, I have done that very thing for specific parts of my game. I'll bring that up real quick. So not much to look at tonight because I'm working on audio stuff, so stuff to hear, right? But my main project, this is my main project right here. This is what I've been working on since about October or so. You'll notice it's quiet, it's silent. There's no sound in it right now because that's the thing I procrastinate the most on. That's why I'm working on it last, essentially. But yeah, so this is what I've been working on for 6 or so months, right? Yeah, I hand wrote not a lot, but enough assembly for this. Specifically for the collision detection, so when I like hit something, yeah, specifically for the collision detection and the map generation stuff. So if I bring up not the script window, this one right here, bring it over here. So this right here is the view of the PPU, or the video RAM, essentially. Bring the size back down a little bit so you can see everything on one screen. So you'll see tiles pop in off screen in that scrolling box there. I hand wrote a bunch of that stuff like on paper, just to figure out how I was supposed to do some things. But yeah, like I'd imagine -0 through optimization to be, or O through optimization to be similar to handwritten assembly in terms of difficulty of decompilation. Maybe? I don't know. I mean, I like I said, that's not really a goal of mine to decompile anything. I just want to read the assembly straight. Yeah, because I mean, again, I don't work in C. In my day job, I have never really learned proper C in the first place. So I mean, it wouldn't have there wouldn't be any point for me to try and decompile it too. Yeah. Yeah, to try to decompile it to another language I don't really know. Yeah, then I just want to learn assembly. Because, yeah, I want to be able to reverse engineer other NES games and figure out how they work, and other NES hardware and stuff. Or Famicom hardware. I really should, like, move my equipment back in here. I have a NES and a Famicom in the other room that are normally hooked up here, but I don't have them plugged in right now. But there is some Famicom hardware that I am in the process of reverse engineering with Bridgewater in chat. I know a bunch of languages, some better than others. My day job is C#, VB.NET, and some SQL. But I also know Python, Perl, PHP, a little bit of C++ and C. I can read it. I can't really write it very well. I know COBOL. I know a little bit of JavaScript. I know Go. Go's fun. I like Go. I'm probably forgetting a few others. Reverse engineer them, make them not safe for work with 34 all the classics. So I have this one like unlicensed game. It's a rock paper scissors game, right? So you know, rock paper scissors, win or lose. And the only reason that anyone would ever want that game is because it's strip rock paper scissors, and there's like 5 or something characters. I'm not showing one on stream because they're TOS. But there's like a bunch of characters that like you go up against, and once you win, this game is horribly rigged, by the way, like with the tasks I was going through it, like frame by frame button inputs, and it was ungodly rigged. But that's besides the point. So there's like a full screen of like after the game. Oh look, in one of them the screen is just completely gaffed up. It's just completely glitched out. I'm like, no. So I might actually go back and see if I can fix that game, and like I don't know, release a patch or something like that. Because I don't think anybody actually played through that game to completion or whatever to like figure out to verify that everything worked fine, like the dump worked or whatever. So I think the dump might be garbage. Like the data in the dump might be garbage. So I don't know. I think it'd be kind of funny to fix the game. It might have even been like garbage on the cart in release. That'd be even funnier. And that would just go to show how rigged the game actually is, right? Yeah, right. Time to head down to a copy of the original cart, the unlicensed original cart. Because yeah, I do have one of these as well, which is a cart dumper. So if I got my hands on the cart, I'd be able to dump the cartridge. In theory, depending on if the mapper is supported. And even then, I could write the code for the mapper. I'll have to look up the name of the game again and see if like it's on eBay or something like that, and see if I can pick it up. Yeah, I actually really enjoy this thing. I need to like use it more, honestly. Just out of character. What, buying one of these instead of why is this thing? Why is it rattling? Can you hear that? I don't know why it's rattling. Screws are all in there. Huh. Sounds like a loose screw. I'll have to look at it later. Anyway. Where was I? I don't know where I was. If it rattles, it means it works, right? I'm losing track of where I am. That's not a good thing. Alright. What else I gotta do tonight? Did I commit everything? Oh, I wanna update the get ignored to ignore exes. Like that. And then we're just gonna amend that in there. Yeah. Okay. Blown into a NES style. That actually does more harm than good to a NES cart. The only reason that worked was because you reseated the cartridge in the console. Why are there 2 levels in the editor? It looks like one is never rendered, even though it's due with the. Oh, so okay, so that's the mirroring. The upper and lower, that's the mirroring. So the way the screen works on the NES is there's only enough RAM for 2 full screens of tiles. So let me go ahead and die real quick. So you'll see the game over, right? And it's actually just mirrored. It's the exact same image on both of them. And you can see down here the mirroring type is vertical. I'm gonna hit start. I'm on the title screen here. Alright, so I'm gonna change something there so it changes the tiles. There it goes. Okay. So here I have horizontal mirroring turned on. You notice now they're side by side instead of above and below each other. So any game that has any kind of scrolling in it takes advantage of this in certain ways. No, it's not double buffering. It's literally the NES does not have enough memory for all of it. The NES only has enough memory for 2 full screens of data here. There are cartridges, it's a memory constraint thing. There are cartridges that can add to that, but that's more cost on the cartridge, and it's not very common. There are games out there that do it, but it's, like I said, it's not all that common. But if you watch, let me actually change the speed to half. So I'm gonna hit start, and it's gonna do a few things. It's gonna go through an animation here. It scrolls down, switches the mirroring mode, and then starts scrolling over. So yeah, it's a memory constraint thing, and the reason that there's one on top of the other is because I have it mirrored vertically, so I can scroll sideways smoothly. Because you notice that when I update tiles, it happens off screen, so tiles do not pop onto the screen. Onto the screen itself. You can see the red and yellow flashes in the other window over there. That's the red are the tiles updating. The yellow are the colors updating. Now, I was more thinking like right into the second screen while the first is being rendered to not get artifacts. That's what I'm doing with the scrolling, actually. So because there are 2 screens of data available, if I am on one screen, that means I can update tiles on the other screen. It's not VSync stuff, no. It's not a frame buffer. There is no frame buffer here. It's raw data on the thing and where you are looking at the memory during the scan line. I ran into the off-screen portion with the no. So there is no frame buffer at all. So when I update the tiles, I have to do it during the vertical blank, during the VSync. Otherwise, weird things start to happen. Because the address that I'm using to write to, it's a weird, well, not really weird. It's a registered I/O port thing between the CPU and the PPU, which is the picture unit. So I have to write an address to say, hey, I want to write data to address XYZ. And there's only one register in the PPU that stores an address for looking up stuff in its memory space. So during the VBlank, it's leaving alone. You can change it, and it stays changed. But once the screen is drawing, the PPU uses that address internally. So if you set it to something, and you go to write to the address you think you're writing to, the PPU has already changed that address to something else. So yeah, well, almost never. There are some interesting things you can do with games, but as far as the intended operation of the machine, it was never intended. It was never envisioned to have that capability. Yeah. But because there's no double buffering, and because it's got a 2-screen layout thing like this, you can get some interesting artifacts that you can use to your advantage. Like, for instance, you'll notice that the score and level seed labels at the bottom are always in the same spot, even though like the screen is moving, right? They're always in the same spot there. What's happening there? Well, you'll notice that they're just written to one spot on. They might be a little hard to see, but they're written to one spot in memory. So at a certain point, once it finishes drawing like that line way down there, it re-scrolls the screen to the very beginning again. So that's during the draw. It's moving like where the scroll is, moving the viewport. So it draws everything where I want it to draw it. Kernels have the same challenges, actually. Really? You said you use some VB at work. What do you need VB for since C#? Because legacy code and the people that wrote the stuff originally didn't do C# at all. So it was originally all a VB6 or something application, and then they ported it to VB.NET, and started taking the libraries, the business logic, and dropping them in libraries. But for the libraries, they use C# because that's the good idea. But all the VB stuff, we didn't rip it all out and change. We didn't have the resources for that. Yes, it's legacy code. I hate it. Everyone hates it. But we can't change it right now. We can't change it. It's too much. It's far too much, unfortunately. Yeah. So that's the reason for that. That's the reason for that. Legacy code. But yeah. Okay, so let's you know what? Let's see if let's change a few things here. So first we're going to disable all channels but the second pulse channel. Right? Right. Reload this. Over here. Lumrocha, how you doing? Any C# books I recommend? C# specifically, none that I can recommend, just because I haven't read any for C#, honestly. Sorry, I can't really help you there. The one's about the NES. I mean, there's plenty of books of that on that, probably. Alright, so we're going to reload this. I'm going to pause my music, and we shouldn't hear anything. We did not, but things update. Good, that's what I want. Okay, so now I'm going to go and change one thing. I'm going to change this guy right here. Channel 1. This is the second pulse channel. Let's see if the second pulse channel just works. So it should sound the same as if I just had the pulse 1 channel on there. Let's see. Okay, well, it sounds different because it's different speed. But this is good. Okay. That means that my code isn't completely broken. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. I like that. So that means if the only thing I need to do to get the second pulse channel in there is just load up a sequence for it. Beautiful. We hear nothing now that is progress. Yeah, right? Yeah. Yeah, cool, because I turned off one of the channels. I wanted to make sure that channel was turned off first. I turned off like 2 of the channels. That's what this stuff up here. This is enabling the channel. So that one on the second bit there, that's only pulse 2. So this one right here is pulse 1, and then this one is the triangle channel right there. This is binary notation, so this would also be what, like 7, right? Let's think of the file. Appreciate that. 7. Yeah, so it's that'd be decimal 7. Alex Coach. Alex, how you doing? Welcome. Thank you. Appreciate that. How you doing tonight? Yeah, so now I just need like some data to throw at that one, and it should actually just do things. But the problem with that is the part of the song that I grabbed all that from doesn't have anything in the Pulse 2 channel. And if I wanted to actually use things in the Pulse 2 channel, I need to like go down here and convert this, and I don't want to handwrite that. So I need to actually work on my conversion stuff, and I don't really feel like doing that. Oh, okay. Couch you sit on. Dandar Prox. How you doing? This guy's so nice. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you for the files, by the way. I do appreciate it. Yeah, so this software here is Family Tracker, where you actually like write music. I did not write this music. I swiped it from somewhere else. You might be able to recognize it. Let me go all the way up to the top here. You might be able to recognize this. Is this too loud? Probably. Turn it down a little bit. But yeah, so I'm using this as a like as the sample music for reading the engine or whatever. Is that a program that shows you that? No. So this is a tracker program that you write music in. So this, like, I can. Let me go all the way to the top here. And let me. Where is it? Where's the wire? I have too many wires. I was like, too many wires. Ding. Hey. Okay. So if I plug that in and tell this program about my keyboard again, MIDI. Okay. And go to the top, right up there, and then hit space. So this is where I can write the music, right? So space again, and then play. This is where I can write the music. This program, I can export, however, this music into kind of like a sheet music style-ish, kind of, sort of. Not really, but kind of, sort of. Right? So I export it, and it looks like this right here. It's basically like a text representation, a text file representation of the patterns, right? So it's got the notes, the instrument IDs, and all that kind of stuff, and a bunch of other metadata, the volume macros, envelopes essentially, and some other things, and whatnot. So I need to finish writing my program that reads this file and spits out the binary format that the assembly format rather, not the binary one, the assembly format that I'm using. That's gonna be music data. So this is the assembly format that I am using here. This is something that I've come up with myself, specifically for my game, this engine. Never have too many wires, just gotta organize them, right? What editor is this? Is Vim. This is Vim. Bam. Or GVim technically, but who's counting? Yeah, I use Vim like everywhere, and I love it. Not for everybody, but you know, that was Vim or Emacs. Yeah, it was close. Not for everybody, but I absolutely love it. I love it. I don't have nearly enough wires. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Yes, I got a MIDI keyboard not too long ago. Yes. I can't play to save my life, but you know, I have one. And what is disappointing but understandable is that, like, it's what's the word, when it can only play one note, like a single voice for Family Tracker. So if it only takes one of them, right? The MIDI keyboard sends all the keys, monophonic. Thank you. The MIDI keyboard sends all the keys though. So if I actually open up, let me, can I can just mute the program. Let's get that. Okay. This guy. Let me open up this guy real quick. Yeah, I know about all the things. Cool. It crashed. Okay. Well, we're gonna try one more time. Clear your patch and start over. I mean, I guess. You know. Okay. Let's. Like, no. MIDI keyboard. Okay, so that just crashes now. All right. Well, that. So much for that. But my point is, like, the keyboard does send multiple channels, all the channels for it. Do you have any dot files? Or are you just using vanilla Vim? Mostly vanilla Vim. There are some specifics for, like, the tabs and obviously the colors. I'm using a theme for Vim. But I try to keep it as vanilla as possible. Man, can I run this program, Microsoft? Nah, see you later. Actually, GVimRC. Well, I don't want to do that. GVimRC. So this is my GVimRC. Now, not too fancy. Turn on syntax and file types. No reps, some tab stuff and backspace stuff. Cool. Set a font and a theme. file type I. What? Wait a minute. Is this the default file type thing? Hang on. Wait a second here. No. What is... That variable is nothing. That variable is nothing special. Wait a minute. Files matching .i would be runners assembly. If the automatic detection doesn't work for you, let the other. Oh ho ho ho. Okay. So we're gonna change that actually. CA65 for my format that I wrote. All right. That's not what I want to do. There. I lost track of what I was doing. No. Oh yeah, dot files. No, I'm not. So yeah, I'm not using really anything different for those. It's mostly just vanilla with some minor tweaks for like color and syntax and whatnot. All right, so I think it's a little early. Well, I mean, not too early. It's about time, I suppose. It's about time. Yeah, so I guess next time I'll work on the software. Oh, did I? Yeah, I showed up. The software to take this as input and spit up my assembly. Yeah, because I think I made some decent progress tonight, getting the triangle channel working and fixing a bunch of busted code. Yeah, I made decent progress tonight, so I think I'll call it. But don't go anywhere yet. We're gonna go say hi to somebody first. So yeah, and do come with me, by the way, to say hi to somebody. But yeah, I'll be back on what is today? Tuesday? Is today Tuesday? I think today's Tuesday. Yeah, today's Tuesday. I'll be back on Thursday, same time as today. Thursday and Saturday. Probably be working on this. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. But if you haven't already, go ahead and join the Discord and say hi. We talk about things there. Let's see. Anyone doing anything interesting? Lots of people painting things. That guy's looking at player models. That guy's having a talk show. Just rated him the other night. Let's see. Doesn't look like there's very many people on tonight. Is there? Alright, well this guy is coding a Twitch bot. Let's see. You know, hang on, give me a second. Let me make sure this guy has a mic first. Bear with. If Twitch wants to actually load or anything, that'd be nice. Ah, yeah, he's got a mic. Alright, does he speak English? Yes. Alright, yeah, so I don't know who this guy is. We're gonna go say hi to him, though. Do come with me to say hi. I'm back. I just stepped away for a bit. What did I miss? Oh, I'm just wrapping up. It's getting a little late for me. I accomplished a lot, I think, tonight. But yeah, I'll be back on, what was it, Thursday. I'll be back on Thursday. Working on this stuff, converting this to assembly. But we're gonna go say hi to someone first. So don't leave me quite yet. Like I said, I'm not sure who this is, but come say hi with me. So we're gonna find out who this is. he's doing some what is he doing? I just saw what he was doing. What was it? Twitchbot. Yeah. But yeah, you guys have a good night. Thank you for stopping by. I do appreciate it. And I will see you next time.